So a quick look at the more detailed front of the 26X. I'd like to spend a little bit of time here going through all the different ports for this system. A couple of unique connectors you probably have never seen before on the Quadro devices. We've added an audio output and audio input. The input, you'd send a feed in there, and it could be used for hold music or a direct feed to a paging device. So it gives you the flexibility to maybe retain some existing hardware or music and hold hardware directly into this product. In a software release coming out shortly, the audio out port will be used to access paging devices, so you can dial an extension on the 26X, and then that audio stream will be sent on the audio out port to wherever it's been sent. So a paging device is a commonly connected port. So that'll be out hopefully within the next, towards the end of the month. We'll be releasing that software patch to get that port enabled. As well, you can see 8 FXO ports. Those are for connections to the PSTN, to a provider. And that's not the only method of getting inbound trunks. You can also register a SIP provider directly to this product and use those connections to the outside world as well. So you have options to use either or both. A lot of our customers will usually deploy this system using some of the existing FXOs, and then at a future date add in a SIP provider, either for local or long-distance dialing, possibly use both for a period of time, or slowly just migrate completely over to a SIP provider. So there's a lot of flexibility with this type of product. Below the FXO ports, you'll see the unique RJ21 connector. Now, this is a very commonly used connector. It's been used for many, many years in the telecom space. So there's many options out there for resellers and customers on what type of cable to use. This RJ21 is going to be the connecting point for the FXS or analog station ports, number 3 through 26. The first two are physical connections. You can see a little further to the right, there's phones 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 are directly on the unit, and then 3 through 26 are available through the RJ21 connector. The type of cables you can plug in there, there's some cables that are designed to go down to a punch-down block. So you would plug in the RJ21 connector and would go out and split up all the individual cables, which could be punched down to a block. Or what we use here in our testing facility is RJ21 to RJ11 breakout. So it has a whole bunch of RJ11 or FXS ports hanging off that cable. Just depends upon the type of installation you'll be doing. Then looking further to the right, again, you'll see the 2 FXS ports, number 1, number 2, and below that is the compact flash expansion port. This memory can be used for voicemails, recorded announcements, recorded phone calls. So it's a nice addition to add up to, I think the last we tested was 16 gigs, but you can go beyond that, but 16 gigs is plenty for that type of information. And then lastly, the LAN and WAN port. Both of these ports are 10100, full duplex, obviously, and you can configure VLANs on these ports as well. So if you do have a slightly more robust data network, this can integrate very nicely into that network. As with all of our products, and still true on the 26X, there is integrated routing functions. So if you do choose to use the routing ability of the 26X as an integrated DHCP, firewalling, and everything else you would need from a basic router. So this unit starts with, out of the box, 26 analog ports, the 2 that are physically on the front of the unit, and the 24 that are available through the RJ21, as well as 16 ports of IP phones. Using licenses, you can upgrade this unit to an additional total of 80 IP phones, plus the 26 analog phones will give you a total of 106 available extensions on this unit. And it works out to be slightly more than the QuadroM8L, which I believe goes to about 96 active ports. So again, this product is intended for kind of your larger business environments, either companies that want to retain an existing analog install base and slowly want to move over to IP, or customers that just have a large number of analog devices and also know that they're going to deploy IP phones as well. So we've seen a mixed demand for this product in different regions of the world. South and Latin America is a very popular area, and then we've had quite a few countries in Europe and South Africa that are interested in a solution like this. The reason being for that is, again, probably a large existing analog deployment, as well as some of the local internet connections may not be as reliable as they would like today, so they still use up the 8 FXOs that are available there, and giving them, in some cases, if they choose to, an almost full analog deployment, and then they have room to grow IP in the future.